What does it mean to be a kid? No, seriously, what does it mean? Does it mean no responsibilities? Maybe unlimited amounts of free time? Perhaps a naive optimism about, well, everything? For me, I don't think these answers are far off. It's a combination of many of them. But as I'm sure you're aware, these are fleeting descriptions that struggle to make their way into our, quote, adult lives.
Approve. Hello, ma'am? Oil? Yes, of course.
Which is exactly why Hermitcraft, the Minecraft YouTube series that has captured the hearts of many, is one of the greatest works of art I have ever seen. And not just this, but it has provided a comfort in my life I didn't know I needed. Chances are that if you're watching this video, you have felt this way too. It's why after a long day of classes, bearing the burden of trying to make it in this frustrating world and wondering what my future might look like, I choose to simply sit down, open up YouTube, and be reminded that I am missing something vital to all of this. I'm not asking a question that is waiting to be asked. Yo, where's my kid at?
Oh, it's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Who are you? What is going on? This is the lounge. He killed my horse. 13.
My story with Hermitcraft doesn't really start at the beginning. I watched a few episodes of Mumbo way back in the day, but to be honest, they weren't really for me at that time.
Here. Welcome back, and today is episode 9 on the Hermitcraft server. It's good to see you all here.
I was too busy spending my time watching Markiplier try not to laugh, Etho continuing his beloved Let's Play world, and watching Marvel post-credit scenes explained. As much as I want to make you believe in this video that I have always been a die-hard Hermitcraft fan, I wasn't. So how did we get here to the point where I'm writing a video essay about a silly Minecraft series? Well, let's fast forward a bit to the year that changed everything for me. 2019 was a really weird year. For one, it was weird for a senior in high school who didn't know what their future was going to be, and for two, it was weird for literally the entire entertainment industry as a whole.
That's hot. That's hot.
Fortnite was still making an absolute tear through the gaming industry, TikTok was still considered new, and Iron Man literally died. And just like Iron Man, my high school life was about to disappear. No more getting homework done before class got out and playing video games. My evenings instead were spent trying to desperately get colleges to like me through an application process that was so boring. Time moved quick. There were rumors about some weird virus in China for some reason, and then Oh God, no. Oh God.
Hi, how are you?
January 2nd, 2020. A video pops up in my notifications box. Hermitcraft 6, episode 145, now a pro, from Mumbo Jumbo. I don't really remember turning notifications on, but I haven't watched a Mumbo video in a while. That bass in the background looks insane. What is that all about?
I'm warning you, I still have a grey face. I totally understand why you don't want to die, but your face is horrible.
Have you got it? Yes, it's in. It's in.
Some of you have seen it coming. Today is the day. Today is the day that I finally wear this hat. I've had this hat for so long, okay? This pink hat, it's been in my chest, okay? And I've wanted to wear it for ages, but just... Oh, and also today is the day that Hermitcraft Season 6 ends.
Wait, that's it? That's the end of the season? I just got here. How are we already on to the next season? I missed so much. How to find your kid. Step 1. Stay curious of every hiding place. As time passes, it becomes more apparent just how perfect the timing of Hermitcraft Season 7 was with world events.
The new Hermitcraft season has arrived.
Yes, you've heard the story before, 2020 sucked, blah blah blah. We were all stuck inside, The Last of Us Part 2 came out, life wasn't exactly the best. But through this, we found a way to not only persevere, but also find comfort in the little things. Something that I had taken for granted my entire life, YouTube, was now my lifeline. A bunch of strangers playing a silly block game quickly turned into a family of artists that I felt a part of. I don't like comparing the Hermitcraft seasons next to one another simply because the vibes of each season are so different, but let me say that for a real first impression to many of the other Hermits, this season was magnificent. The starting builds had so much charm, from hobbit holes to giant snails to half of a mansion for some reason. As the episodes passed, the more hermits I started watching. What started with Mumbo quickly turned into seeing Good Times with Scar's mastery of block palettes, Green's passion for shenanigans, Impulse's buttery voice. Man, I love his voice.
Season 7. Woo, that felt weird to say.
Sorry, off topic. And Tango's insane scope of projects. As I watched the world crumble outside, my college life get completely thrown down the drain, these creators provided me with some of the most entertaining content of my life. I didn't notice at first, I'm sure you didn't notice either, but a change was starting to happen in the way I perceive not just Minecraft, but, well, life. I know that sounds crazy, but I was starting to laugh a little more, gain confidence in my own stupid ideas, and curiously poke at new things in a situation that should have shut all of those ideas down. I wasn't just completing tasks, I wasn't always just looking towards what was next. I was starting to care for the texture of my own creativity, just as caring for the texture of a beautiful magical village. Pixels on my phone screen flickered. I consumed the dumbest interactions I have ever seen in Minecraft, and I sat there, jaw agape, at the sheer love and attention being poured into a video game. These creators weren't just creating for the sake of making a paycheck or fighting for relevance amongst a sea of content. They were pouring their heart and souls into what they loved and sharing their love for others along the way. And oh my god, did he just place mycelium down in the shopping district?
You can never get rid of the mycelium. The mycelium resistance. Oh my god! I'm not sure if they're even gonna break in. Okay, they're gonna break in! Oh, grab stuff! Get the mycelium! Get them out! They're over there! Oh my goodness! Get the source block! Get the source block!
How to find your kid. Step 2. Break the rules. If you grew up playing Minecraft like I did, chances are you had a server or a realm with your friends at some point. And in said server, you usually had 3 types of players. You had the players that were chill, the players that played once and disappeared forever, and the players that instilled absolute chaos into your beautiful world. Like any balance in life, you can't have one without the other, and this is of the utmost importance to not only entertain, but to inspire as well. Let me tell you what I mean.
I think it's here. Let's see. What do we reckon? Anything? There's a blank sign. Oh, yes!
Quickly, as I started adopting more hermits into my subscription feed, Grian immediately stood out to me as, well, different. He was a talented builder, knew redstone pretty well, but always had this quirky persona where if he was involved, something was bound to happen soon after. It started with that hilarious tunnel between his base and Mumbo's where he would send him messages, then grew and scaled to an underground resistance about spreading mycelium, and has continued to persist into every season I've watched. I swear, there is always some quarrel happening between this dude and the rest of the server, and I am all for it. And once again, as each video passed and the leaves fell, grew, and fell again, I noticed a change in my own personality. I found myself mirroring the thoughts I had when I was a kid. I stopped caring so much for doing everything by the book and found my own way through challenges. I stopped caring so much about what would happen after the fact and just started doing silly things. This was within reason, of course, but what I'm getting at here is a childlike whimsy towards what if I did that instead of the expected, and going with it. Finding play in everything, from Minecraft to school to practice to work to hanging out with friends, was what took my initial newfound curiosity for the world and flipped it on its head. And as life started to open back up more and the world started getting close to whatever normal means, I started getting closer to finding a realm of myself that I didn't even know existed. So, are they going to address the fact that the moon is getting bigger, or is that just me?
Oh my god!
Is the moon big?
Is it? And look at the moon!
It is like 4 times bigger than the sun or something like that.
How to find your kid. Step 3. If it's a stupid idea, double down. After being taught to stay curious and embody chaos, I noticed just how much of my creativity was beginning to soar. However, there was still one major villain to all of this: self-doubt. I could express myself around my friends and I could goof off with anonymity, but how was I supposed to get comfortable enough doing this as, well, my life? How am I going to be a kid forever? Here, sit down for a moment and let me give you some advice. I know you didn't ask for it, but you're fine, you're fine. Sit down, go ahead, get comfortable, get comfortable. I am tearing down this screen. Right now, you are sitting right across from me and we are having a conversation. If you want to create, whether it be YouTube videos or art or music or really anything, you are inevitably going to run into yourself as one of your biggest obstacles. You are going to have thoughts that your work isn't good enough, that nobody is going to appreciate your craft, that you are wasting your time. And one of these thoughts is going to be your secret weapon. You are going to have a stupid idea, and I want you to double down on it.
Coming up with stories and things like that, I was like, this is not innately who I am. I'm not innately a creative person.
The footage like swipes away as if someone has swiped to the next short, and I place a block of obsidian and then use a piston to like push the short back down.
Awesome. That's
It's really stupid. It's a super stupid idea. It's so stupid, but I think given that I fully committed to it and like the editing is actually quite good on it and it all flows quite nicely, it ends up being enjoyable. It ends up being fun.
Every season of Hermitcraft, there's always something going on that is so dumb, so chaotic, so much of a waste of time that is impossible to look away. My strongest memories of this series haven't come from hermits building shops or building massive landscapes, although they are impressive, don't get me wrong. No. Instead, my brain is occupied by the moon getting slightly bigger every episode, the hermits being teleported to the world border inexplicably, and a massive hole in the ground being covered with dirt. These aren't groundbreaking ideas, they're ground-building ideas. I'm sorry. You get the point. If you think it's stupid, I guarantee you that even if it is a catastrophe on the canvas, people are going to remember. And that is something so powerful that your life can change seemingly overnight. So here we are, all caught up to the present day. It feels a bit strange. Just by writing this essay, I've realized that time has gone by so fast. Just yesterday, I could have sworn I was sitting inside watching Mumbo and trying to avoid the word COVID as much as possible. But today I'm close to graduating college, somehow making a living being a YouTuber, and still fighting off my self-doubt. So here's the big reveal, the final step that will surely make you find your kid. How you can live your life perfectly with just a few steps. Are you ready? Are you ready for the answer? I lied. How to find your kid. Stop, I can't do the voice anymore. How to find your kid. Step 4. Ignore steps 1 through 4. I'm sorry to clickbait you, but there is no series of steps you can take to finding your kid. I wish there was, believe me. If I actually knew, I would be making so much money right now. But it's so much more than that. Not quantifiable in the actions you take, but in the experiences you live through. If you want to find your kid, you have to find yourself first. And brother, there is no final destination. It's a journey that never ends, a process that continues forever, and it is one of the most beautiful experiences you will ever have. And here's the best part. You're already doing it. You're living. You're thinking about who you are right now. You're breathing, and you're doing something for yourself and wondering who you can be. And you're doing it right next to me. So after watching this whole video, after reflecting on the Minecraft series that we all love so dearly, it's now our turn to go create. Use this series as a catalyst for your own hobbies, whether it's something as grand as a cathedral or as minuscule as a sticky note reminder. You're watching my submission to the cause, and I can't wait to see yours. Looking back over these last 6 years or so, I hardly recognize myself anymore. The person I was in high school is so utterly different from the person I am now that if you put us side by side, we probably would hate each other. I'm not really interested in the same things anymore, and I'm fine with that. I love feeling nostalgic, believe me, but I also love feeling present. To be completely honest, I don't really watch Hermitcraft as much as I used to. Instead, my time has been filled with other things, and I'm a bit sad I'm not as involved with the Hermitcraft community as I used to be, but as much as it hurts knowing I'm missing out on the laughs, adventures, and shenanigans found in Hermitcraft, I also feel like I'm continuing the mission given to me all those years ago. I'm creating, not just for creativity's sake, but for my inner kid. And that might just be the greatest gift Hermitcraft has given me. So if any of them are watching this video, thank you. You have no idea how much you've changed my life. Finally, now that all that is over, I can finally find my kid. Where did he run off to? Oh,